we have 5 red lights. Sorry about the delay in getting this correct screen up, but we are off, folks. We do have a pretty good start here from Capo, and actually, in fact, Ollie in behind getting a terrific start over both Blunty and IMO, and they were caught slipping, and he's moved himself up to P3. What a tremendous start here from Ollie Barco, taking 2 positions on the race start from one of our quickest drivers here, Blunty, in P4, moved down to P4. We do see Gulsey already on the lower end of the grid, fighting with the Ferrari of Rabble and Aston Martin of Quashu. He is going to wheel the wheel here with Blurp, with Quashu and young Blurp, as they do approach into Sector 2 here, folks.
Yeah, it's been a good start from Gulsey here, up at the 10th from third. He got a really good jump on both Rabble, and it looks like we're going to move Conor Barry here, just going past the Alfa Romeo of Lewis Jones, who's dropping down the pack of it. Going wheel to wheel, coming down into this fast. Oh, no. Looks like Lewis Jones pulled out. That's very smart. Going too wide in there is not a good idea.
Whoa, big wobble here from Lewis Jones. If you've seen that there in the back end of the stream, just behind the McLaren here of Conor Barry. And actually, Lewis Jones just went very, very tight here on the tight line to go for a move here over Conor Barry. Actually gets it done. Slightly pushes Conor Barry a little bit too wide, and actually compromises Conor Barry's line. And there is contact between both the McLaren and the Mercedes on the price. And the Haas is involved as well. Both Lanny, I think that's Lanny involved in that, and I'll be bringing up a virtual safety car, folks.
Yeah,
very, very early here, so we'll see what time he does go up in. And he has just on the exit here off the last corner, and he does get a pretty good restart here. He has overtake deployed as well, but both Death Star did get a pretty good launch as well. He goes on the outside to try to get the a better line slightly, but actually most of the cars behind actually follow Death Star's line. And Lewis Jones has received a 3-second time penalty due to multiple warnings off track limits. And we do end up seeing behind, there's a Red Bull, sorry to interrupt, the Red Bull sneaking his front wing here in front of Ollie. Just edging his nose out, just making Ollie aware that, you know, the Red Bull's here, I'm here, I'm ready to capitalize on a mistake.
Yeah, so we see, I think at the back of the pack there, I think Gulsey had a bit of an incident with his teammate Rabble there. I think he either got damaged or they ended up going into the pits instead of going on the restart. So he went straight onto the mediums, but they didn't change his wing, so I don't know if he had time to actually change his wing properly.
And this did happen, I believe, in round 1 with Gulsey as well, and he had a really good recovery. I think did he end up finishing like P3 or P4 or something like that?
Yeah. Oh, and it looks like Ollie, he had a spin, he had a snap coming through the final corner, and no.
And you know what?
No
there's
way.
Really unfortunate, but there's just no way of avoiding that. That's a shame here for Lanny. Come around the final corner and just clips the front end here of Ollie.
Yeah, and that'll be a second safety car. And Ollie has decided to retire from the race after that.
But like I said, we'll stick on board here with IMO to see when he does opt in to get the race back underway here. Be curious to see here how Blurb does actually respond to IMO. I think they've actually raced before in other leagues.
Yeah, I think so as well, yeah.
So they're pretty fun, or pretty knowledgeable about each other. And IMO has actually hit the full throttle here, and the race is underway once again, folks. As we'll get rid of the telemetry here, folks. As Capo is having a really good restart here up over Rabble, but actually Rabble takes that position back, gets the brakes a little bit later, and holds this free position at this moment in time here, folks. Other than that, there's no real big shifts here, but actually Capo is actually under threat here off his rival of Blunting. And Lewis Jones, I don't know whether there was any contact here.
Yeah, it looks like, I think he I caught the back of it because I was on board with Gulsey to see what he was at. Because he dropped way back at the restart, but it looks like Lewis Jones got tagged a little by Quattro. I think he got caught out by his braking point. And yeah, just didn't send him completely spinning off the track, but it was a bit of a push to pass.
Yeah, indeed it was. And all things considering, it's not the worst outcome here. So Lewis Jones is currently still in the race. And Capo again going for a move here over Rabble 1, going through.
Round the outside.
Round the outside.
Very tasty.
Round the outside.
Rabble's coming back though. He's coming back. He might be thinking of a move here, and he decides against it. And it looks like Blurp got a bit out of sorts coming out of that corner, so it looks like Latte Boy is all over the back of him and literally pressuring Blurp as hard as he can.
But not the fact, if we look back, this is just the previous position here. Blunty is coming really hard here at Rabble 1 and trying to get this P4 position. He does get a better exit here on the final corner and does come out ahead here over Rabble 1. But now Capo and Blunty are wanting to make moves ASAP Rocky, as Capo very aggressive into turn 1 here over Blurp and almost sends Blurp in a little barrier. Was that over aggressive? I don't know. We'll have
I think there was a little bit of understeer there, but Rabble.
And now they're going 4 wide, going through turn 3. Rabble will actually came out a big victim here into that situation, but went mega side by side here, between 3 or 4 drivers going into turn 3. And now there's contact between Quashu and Golsey on wheel to wheel here.
Got a bit out of sports, so he went over the curb, lost a bit of control of the car, and got righted himself and Goolsey. So luckily no one got massive damage out of that, or proceeded to DNF, so that's quite good. It looks like we've got Blunty going wheel to wheel here with Lewis Jones, or Blurp, sorry. Making the same move that Coppo did on... Oh, and it looks like Blurp is out.
Blurp...
No, he's not. He's alive. It's
he took too much curb, and actually on bottom of his car, it looks like he did lose a rear end. And that corner is actually one of those corners that actually can do that quite easily.
It looks like Lewis Jones has a bit more pace here as he's going to go for a move, and it looks like Quasho's decided to retire. He's binned the car, I think.
Yeah, in the same place that Blurp almost binned his car.
Oh, and Blurp near bins it again. And he does, and he's round again.
That corner's on ice, as you do see the reminiscence of what was Quasho's Aston Martin.
It looks like we're all aboard the IMO train here, because it looks like he's really struggling in those mediums, and the fresher tires behind look so much quicker. You can see how much he's struggling for grip coming out of that sequence of corners. And both Blunty and Lewis Jones are probably looking to capitalise on anything here. We can see IMO in front, maybe thinking about going slightly defensive, stays on his line, but this DRS detection point, you'd expect Blunty to go for a move here. As he goes down the inside, walks past him, and Lewis Jones is going to join, and he's going to try and walk past him too. Goes down the inside. Blunty nearly losing the car into brakes, but both Lewis Jones and Blunty are past IMO, and they're looking to reel in Capito as IMO is... Those tires look awful.
Yeah, he is really struggling for grip there. We did see the car kind of unsettling here on the exit of that previous corner, so, you know, valiant effort here from IMO to hold both Blunty and Lewis Jones up for that length of time, but on those old mediums against the fresh compounds, it is a tough ask. But now Blunty will be having his head down to try and chase the gap down to Coppo, but he has Lewis Jones away in behind. Lewis Jones is only 2 tenths behind. Now Lewis Jones does have a penalty at the moment for track limits, but he is coming aggressive at Blunty, and on those mediums they should be slightly faster as they do come wheel to wheel here. No contact actually. Blunty does come out ahead as Lewis Jones makes the intelligent decision to pull back slightly and come in behind as they go through the final couple of corners and approach the DRS zone on the pit straight. And Blunty almost loses the car, and this may be a position here to Lewis Jones. Lewis Jones capitalises on this mistake here from Blunty and gets on the inside.
Blunty's trying to force him as wide as possible, but it's just can't do anything about it. I will say it looks like Blunty's been pushing a bit harder as he's got less ERS in the tank, and IMO's chilling on nearly full ERS, so he can really start pushing if he wants down here and just hold on to them for as long as he can. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you see him into the pits in the next couple of laps. He may be even thinking about stretching him out and maybe going all the sauce, but he's got to do another 5 laps. But he is benefiting from the DRS around here, so there is that. It'd be interesting to see what the hard runners do if they try to go to the end, but I think they'll be very, very slow. I think we've got a move here of Lewis Jones going around the outside of Blunty here, and manages just about to get the move done. Blunty goes wide over the gravel, and now we're going to go maybe 3 wide. It looks like IMO is using his battery here, and we're going 2 by 2s, Noah's Ark, down into this corner. Lewis Jones coming out ahead, IMO coming out ahead of his battle, and it looks like Blunty and Goolsey now have a slight battle in their hands.
And yeah, very terrific driving here from all drivers involved, to be fair, with no contact going through that very tricky section. And 2 by 2, like you mentioned, Noah's Ark was referenced as we go through the pit straight here, folks. And Lewis Jones got a very, very defensive line, and every driver following suit here in behind, he's trying his best to break that slipstream as much as he can. And he spins
Lewis Jones is round, and they all managed to avoid him.
How did everyone manage to avoid Lewis Jones right in the middle of the track?
And it looks like Blunty's going around the outside of turn 3 here on IMO, nearly bins the car going over that curb, and IMO manages to hang it around the outside. And yeah, keeps the position somehow. Blunty's getting a bit out of shapes behind him. He's literally so close behind him. He's right up his gearbox. And maybe now he's going to be looking to get a move done under DRS.
And you know what? This is a very, very valiant defense here from IMO. Very impressed with this here, especially with those old medium compounds. 15 laps he's done on those mediums. They will be begging for mercy, like I said before. And he does lose the position here to Blunty.
And yeah, it looks like IMO has decided he's had enough. He's going past. And makes it done. Blunty is flashing like mad here in the back, so he needs to start harvesting ERS, and it takes a lot of curb, and manages to actually fight back here. And is there? Ooh,
We're almost
Goolsy
free
thought about
wide.
going up the inside, yeah, and slight contact here, and oh, this is very, very tight racing
This is
here.
dicey.
And
Very dicey as we do approach the second final corner here. Goalsy's getting involved already. He's wanting to compromise or wanting to get any benefits here from this battle. These two drivers are in front, but at this rate here, he's kind of getting held up by this battle in front. He is on the 13-lap old hards, but 17 laps Emo's on 17, and he's still fighting both Blunty and Goalsy. And Blunty, he's going for the move over Blunty on turn 1. Sends Blunty a little bit wide here, and maybe track limit.
That's
and
so
Blunty's
unfortunate.
getting it back here from Goalsy, clipped in the rear end, and actually does spin the car, unsettles it, and actually goes into the wall, and that brings out a safety car. As Capo has hit full throttle here on the exit here of the final corner. Actually catches IMO off guard completely, and IMO is now under threat here against Goalsy, who's Goalsy on the outside here of IMO and going on the left of his car. But IMO does come out ahead here and actually holds the position on track, but goes a little bit wide here on the exit entry to turn 1.
And Lewis Jones goes through. He managed to capitalise on that mistake from IMO, who pushed Goolsy all the way out wide. So now he's the one in prime position to attack Capo, but because they're fighting so hard, he's already eked out a 1.7 second gap.
In position. But at this rate,
and it looks like Lewis Jones is getting a bit squirrely on the exit there, and because of that, Goolsy had to lift, and it's allowed IMO to go up the inside of him. But it looks like Goolsy is just got so much more straight line speed. Neither of them were deploying their ERS down the straight, so it looks like Goolsy's setup is like really, really powerful, and race for him is just so much straight line speed in comparison to IMO. And he's going to go round for a move around the outside of free here, and very tight racing from these two. And Goolsy just about comes out ahead.
Somehow there was no contact here. There may have been a slight touching, but Goalsy does making a very impressive move here on the outside here off Lewis Jones. That was mega impressive job here from Goalsy.
And Lewis Jones gets squirrely on the exit. He goes over the curve that we've seen a couple of drivers really have trouble with. And now IMO is breathing down his neck. Yes, because they're not working together because they're fighting so much. And Lewis Jones is round.
Lost his car. He's lost the car in that same corner that people have been struggling with. He's lost it, and somehow he hasn't been in the wall.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It could Lewis Jones could be on the back of Rabble at the end of the race if Rabble makes a costly mistake. But if he keeps it nice and steady, then he should be looking into 4th place.
Yeah, very impressive here from Rabble today. To be fair, really good points. And Blair Paz retired the car. I think he actually spun into the wall, and that's brought another safety car. And that'll be in, but lap 28, potentially.
27, yeah.
27. See here when he does opt in to go full throttle, and he does go just on the exit here off the final corner, and gets a really good restart here over IMO. You see a 6/10 gap already forming here between both of these drivers. Goalsy getting a good start over IMO. 2/10 here between those both drivers as well. Going to turn 1, and Capo at this moment in time does hold the lead here, currently on track. And IMO already on this restart, and Goalsy has been super aggressive here on IMO to try and bridge this gap. He wants to, on paper he is looking with that 3-second time penalty, so he will be moving down positions, but he wanted to get in the position over IMO on track, and does get it quite swiftly here. Goes on the right hand side here off IMO's car, gets the move done, and does it without DRS, just using that ERS advantage and slipstream to get past IMO. And Lewis Jones in behind as well. Both Rabble and Lewis Jones going side by side here through the corner of death. We've seen so many drivers today going sent wide and actually spinning on that curb on the exit.
And Goolsy's thinking about this penalty, so IMO still is in net P2, only because of the penalty. So it's going to be quite tight here for IMO.
It really will be, but we are going through the second final corner here. Second on board with Capo, going through the final corner, approaching the pit straight, and going over the finish line here to take P1 in Australia. CBRL Division 1 Round 2, followed by Goalsy. Goalsy as well, but on paper, IMO comes out ahead with the penalties applied. Lewis Jones spun